Hello, and welcome back, my beautiful people, to this channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a very versatile curry shrimp recipe, which I know you will enjoy. Curry is usually a big item, on the menu. It is very tasty, it's very versatile, very delicious, and it's something, especially for the shrimp, that you can prepare in 15 minutes or less. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe so that you can be notified when we drop new videos. Also, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Now let's get started. So to kick off this recipe, I have my shrimp here in a dish. Nothing has been done to it yet. I'm just going ahead to show you how you prepare the shrimp for cooking. So I am just removing the shell from the shrimp, and there is a way that you do it. So I'm gonna show you next how you remove the tail. So I'm just starting with the body now by removing the shell, and then I'm going to show you an easy way to remove the tail, because if the fish is thawed and it is soft, then it might pull apart easily, like tear apart, and you don't want that. You want your shrimp to remain whole and firm as you cook it. So I'm just showing you how you remove the shell from the torso, and then I'm gonna show you how you can grab it by the tail and easily remove the shell. I know you might be very au fait with doing this already, but I'm just gonna take my time and do this repetitively so that persons can have an idea when they're preparing shrimp how to remove the shell. These shrimps, they're small, and they're a little bit soft, so I have to be so gentle with them. If they were half frozen, then it would probably have been easier to just move very quickly, but now I have to be so gentle with them because they are fully thawed. So there, I just grab the tail and just pull it, and it was gone. There, you just grab the tail and pull it, and sometimes when you do that, it pulls the shell from the entire shrimp when you grab the tail sometimes. But see, for this one I have to be careful because, as I said, the shrimp is soft already. There you go. Grab the end and just pull it, and then you can just remove the remainder of the shell. And for shrimp, it doesn't take long to cook. It's usually between 8 to 10 minutes. I usually do 8 minutes so that I can have the shrimp very cooked but not hard, because if it is overcooked, then it's gonna be very chewy. So this recipe is going to be very quick and easy because the shrimp is not gonna be cooking for any period of time, and that is why I said this is something you could prepare in 15 minutes or less. If your shrimp is already thawed, then all you're doing is washing it. You can wash it with some lime juice, maybe a little bit of salt and vinegar, you know, just to make sure that it is properly cleansed. And then you go ahead and pour your season on. And then the next thing you're gonna be doing is making your sauce. And you know, from there, once the sauce is ready, you just throw the shrimp in, and the shrimp is gonna cook in 8 minutes. So this is a very quick and easy go-to dish, something you can prepare. You know, you're just coming from work, you don't want to be in the kitchen for any long time. So here the shrimp is washed, and I'm throwing in a teaspoon of seasoning salt. I'm throwing in also some garlic powder, as well some black pepper, and all the measurement here, it's about a teaspoon, and it will be in the description. Here is some onion powder that I'm putting in, and some all-purpose, and then I'll just be mixing that in. And the all-purpose, it has salt, so I just put a little bit on it because I don't want it to be salt. Now I have the curry. I am putting in some of the curry on it, right, for now. And then the rest of the curry I will be adding to the frying pan to burn in the oil. And then it's gonna give it that beautiful golden looking color. So not too much curry, because then it's gonna really make it so powdery looking. So here it is, the shrimp is seasoned and ready for the next step. Here I'm going ahead with preparing this seasoning. That's the vegetables for the curry shrimp. And these vegetables, you know, they are going to form a very important aspect of the dish. These vegetables, you know, they are gonna be like the backbone of the dish. As you can see, I am chunking them in cube sizes, and I'm doing the bell pepper right now. It is so important to give this dish a lot of flavor. You know, I am making sure that I keep all the seasoning at this size that I'll be cutting. I'll be keeping them, you know, at chunk size, cube size, so that even after cooking the shrimp, you can see them, you know, the vegetables standing out in the dish. And that is what's gonna give it that, you know, versatility, give it that colorful look that is gonna make it so appealing, so appetizing. You actually have these vegetables to bite into. They're not gonna be so soft, so that, you know, they dissolve while cooking. They have to stand out, and to help give this dish some variety in color and presentation, and most of all in flavor and taste. And to diversify the color of the bell peppers, I am adding green to the mix. So far I think I have orange, yellow, and I'm adding some green bell peppers as well. And you know, I am showing this step so that, you know, you can see all that goes into preparing the dish. I didn't want to just skip over it because it's gonna form such a big part of the presentation of the dish. So I wanted you to see how I go ahead and cut the spring onions at an angle. I want you to see how I went about cutting up those bell peppers. And now here I have my fresh thyme and a whole hot pepper, and now I'm going now to cut up the onions for the dish as well. So even for the onion, you know, I think I'm gonna be chunking it as well, cutting it in cubes, because you know the onion, they are sort of easy to cook and easy to dissolve if you cut it too small. So I just want to keep it right at this size. And you know, the onion and the spring onion, they kind of do almost the same job, you know. They really cause, you know, all the other vegetables to come together in terms of infusing all those flavors together. It really brings out the flavor in the dishes. So I'm adding some coriander leaves, fresh coriander leaves, and this is my star of the moment, coconut milk. I'm just gonna mix that, you know, and put it aside because it's gonna form part of a very big part of the sauce, the curry sauce. So I just want to make sure I have everything good and ready for when I am putting my sauce together, because as I said, the shrimp is so easy to cook. You have to have the sauce ready and, you know, cooked, prepared, all seasoned, all flavored, and then you go ahead and throw that shrimp in. To add to my spices, I am gonna be crushing some pimento seeds, and you know, I would say the pimento is the most flavorful of all the spices that I'm going to be using in this dish. If you know anything about cooking, anything about flavors, anything about, you know, cuisine, you will know that pimento seed, or what we call allspice, is such a champion, such a major player in almost all dishes. You know, it is a big spice, well known, big on the list internationally, but I think it is rooted in the Caribbean in terms of how often it is used. You know, the Caribbean is synonymous with the allspice, the usage of the allspice in our dishes. And now I'm gonna be adding to the mix some garlic cloves, because you know, when it comes to seafood, the garlic is really important in sort of masking, you know, some of that rawness in the dish. And we cannot downplay also the health benefits of the garlic. So I am just gonna be adding that to the menu, or adding that to the spices. And I'm gonna be showing you how I will be doing it. I didn't want to cut it, I didn't want to chop it. I want to use this tool here that I have, that is gonna kind of mince the garlic so that I am getting all the flavors from the garlic. You know, if you just put the garlic whole like that in the pot, even if you chop it, it's like you don't maximize the flavors all at once. So this method, this is just something I just picked up at the dollar store, very cheap. I forgot how much I paid for it, but it is really smashing the garlic, as you will see. The result of it is as if you actually grated the garlic, and look how quick and easy that is. So I'm really taking the time out to, you know, gather these spices, you know, making sure that I have them in the right quantity, the right sizes, making sure that I crush what needs to be crushed, because all of these elements come together to give me this unique flavor that I am looking for in this curry shrimp. That's so beautiful. Look at that. And you can do your garlic like this all the time, like for any dish, because this way now you're maximizing the flavor. And another star is the ginger, fresh ginger that I'm adding. And you know, the ginger is one of those elements that kind of bring all the other spices, bring out the flavor of all the other spices in the dish. It is like that center person that is kind of coordinating everyone together. The ginger, you know, don't underestimate the power of the ginger. So here we go. Everything looks good and we're ready to go. Now for preparing the sauce. Just making sure my pan is ready to go. And this is where I will be combining all the ingredients that I have prepared. As you saw, the vegetables that I was cutting, the coconut milk that I mixed together, the fresh ginger, the garlic, the pimento that I crushed. Everything is going to be combined in making this sauce. And also, let's not forget the curry powder, which is the main theme of the dish. So I have just used some coconut oil, because that is gonna help to enhance the coconut milk flavor that I am looking for. And just adding right now the garlic to the pan, and as I go along I'll be just adding all the vegetables. Thing with this pan is that it is so big that everything that I put in it gets lost. The pan is so big, and then there is no oil, you know, reaching the center of the pan. But as you can see, this is a what do they call this type of pan? It is the best type of cooking material to use, the stainless steel. You know, there is nothing that is coated in the middle that is gonna disintegrate and get into your food. In my opinion, it's one of the safest cookware to use. You know, these days they have some very fancy one, but then the coating start to peel off in no time. after a couple of uses. So now I have added the curry powder to the pan, and I'm just gonna let that start to burn a little bit. And the purpose for that, you know, it's gonna help, I would say help to enhance that curry color that I'm looking for, that bright yellow curry color that I'm looking for on the shrimp. And it's good practice to burn the curry, because some people, they have stomach issues, like they're allergic to the curry. So when you burn it, you know, and you use the ginger, it kind of reduces the potential for persons to have stomach issue after eating the curry. See how it's burning in the pan? Yes, that is gonna ensure that the curry is cooked properly. So I have added the onions to the mix, and then I'm just going ahead to add the bell peppers. And this is why I wanted to like keep everything this size, like all the pieces of vegetables, because you see how beautiful they look in the pan and how they stand out. And I chose not to cut the hot pepper because, you know, not everyone can consume hot pepper. So when you don't cut the hot pepper, it just, you know, just releases the flavor without adding too much heat or any heat at all. And that's what we really want, the flavor from the hot pepper. And of course the fresh thyme. You know, I chose specifically not to speed up this video because I want to show you everything, all the steps. These are the pimento seeds, the allspice. I want to show you all the steps in preparing this dish, because once you get it, you get it. And I'm telling you, if you try this recipe in it, you know, the way that I am showing you, you will see the result of your curry shrimp. As a matter of fact, you probably won't believe that you actually cook this dish. So I'm just trying to keep it on, you know, between medium and low heat, because I don't want to get the vegetables burnt up or anything. I just want to get them cooked at the right temperature so that they can remain sturdy even after cooking. I'm going in with some ginger for the sauce, powdered ginger that is. Now I am adding the coconut milk. So once you know the momentum builds and the sauce begins to boil and everything is infused and combined, you're gonna see the thickness and the richness of the sauce. Look at that. already. Look at that, it's so beautiful. And I do have some spices that I'm gonna be adding to the sauce, just minimal spices. Here is the butter. You know, butter makes everything better, and mostly when you're cooking you know, seafood, like butter is a main ingredient. Here is a seasoned shrimp, and you know, once this goes in, it's go time. Like, I'm on the clock is ticking, because I am not gonna let the shrimp cook a minute over 8 minutes. So it's go time. You know, I'm turning up the heat, turning up the flame, because this need to cook on high flames just for 8 minutes, and your shrimp is ready. You know, anything over 8 to 10 minutes, your shrimp is gonna be chewy, it's gonna be spoiled. So I just turned up the flame some more. Just stirring and making sure that each side of the shrimp is flipped, because as I said, it's just 8 minutes to cook, and we want to make sure that all the sides are cooked evenly. So that is why I just have to keep stirring and stirring until, you know, I know that it's ready. And as I said, I'm not gonna cut anything out of this section. I'm gonna keep it going because I want you to see all the steps that are involved in this, because you know, when it comes to shrimp, it's such a delicate seafood to cook. Just because if you overcook it, it's gone. It's not good anymore. So it's so delicate, it's so tricky. And believe me, look at that. I'm still on the clock for 8 minutes. I'm still making sure that I don't go beyond that mark, and I'm continuing to stir. So even when I covered the pot, I didn't cover it for like more than a minute, and then I am back to stirring. So if you look, the vegetables, they are still standing firm. The shrimp, they are getting a little bit turgy now, soft and turgy, soft but turgy at the same time, because there you go. You can always test it too, like once you bite into that shrimp, and it's just an easy bite, nothing rubbery. You taste that it's cooked, then it's time to remove it from the fire. Once it's cooked, remove it from the fire. So I think I'm going through that tasting process now, and believe me, anytime now I'll be removing it, just giving it another stir. And it might look annoying to be stirring and stirring, but you need to do that because you need to make sure that the shrimp are cooked evenly you know. So here it is. The sauce is rich, everything looks good, and coriander on top. So here we go. This is the finished product. Everything looks good. All the vegetables are still firm. The sauce is rich and thick. It has that bright yellow curry color. Everything is looking good. The shrimp, they are nice and tender, not chewy because they weren't overcooked. If you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to support the channel. Please let me know in the comment section how you enjoyed the recipe, and see you in the next video.